वर्ल्ड स्नेक डेच्या निमित्तान तयार केल्ल्या खासा कार्यावळीत सगळ्या दर्शकांक येवकार. सर्प आमच्या जीवनात एक खूब मोठो वांटो आपलो निभायतात, कारण आमचे जे सगळे आमची जी जीण आसा ती सैमीक आधाराचेर आसात. म्हणजे बायोडायवर्सिटी, इकॉलॉजी हो खूब महत्वाचो घटक आसा आमच्या मनीस जाती खातीर. आनी त्याच निमित्तान आयच्या ह्या दिसा WWF इंडियाच्या गोवा स्टेट ऑफिसान एक बरी कार्यावळ जाली. ती म्हळ्यार फामाद हर्पेटॉलॉजिस्ट निर्मल कुलकर्णी हांणी एक स्नेक्स टेल्स ऑफ गोवा ह्या विशयाचेर एक बरो टॉक दिलो आनी तातूंतल्यान जाता तितली चड म्हायती तांणी लोकां मुखार हाडली. तातूंत वेगळे वेगळे विशारी सर्प, नॉन वेनमस सर्प, तशेंच वेगळे वेगळे जे विशय आसता सर्पां बद्दलूच, म्हळ्यार सर्पांची कशे तरेन आमी तांचे हॅबिटाट कशे तरेन आमी कन्जर्व करपा जाय, किंवा जर सर्पदंश जालो जाल्यार कितें करचें. सोशल मिडियाच्या जे गोडी लागून वेगळे वेगळे जे सर्पां बद्दलचे जे व्हिडियोज किंवा फोटोज जे लोक घालतात ते कित्याक वायट, हे सगळे विशय घेवन निर्मल बाब कुलकर्णी हांणी एक बऱ्या पैकी टॉक दिलो. तर पळयात ह्या वर्ल्ड स्नेक दिसाच्या निमित्तान केल्लो हो खासा रिपोर्ट.
The Indian rat snake, it's one of the most friendliest snakes and friends with all of us. It's called, the word in Konkani. The rat snake is one of the fastest snakes. At any point of time, you are anywhere in Goa, if you are riding, driving or walking, you would have one snake that would always cross the road at the really apt time that you can see the snake but you can't see it, is the Indian rat snake. Yeah, it's non-venomous, super friendly. What I like about it is that it also mews sometimes, like a cat. This is called a Whitaker's boa. It's named after that old man who put a lot of us in trouble. Rom Whitaker, one of my mentors, who is basically named, the Whitaker's boa is named after him. It took us considerable time to actually get him to do that picture. He thinks that the Whitaker's boa looks like poop. And why would someone name such a bad snake after me and all? It's a beautiful snake. If you look at it closely, it's got this golden iris and things like that. It's a really beautiful snake found all over Goa. It does what all snakes do. It actually keeps a rodent population down, and you'll get juveniles all over. It's also a snake which gives a bunch of people like us lots of time to answer people's questions, because it's got much superstitions around it. It has two heads, and if it bites you, there'll be less salt in your body and all of that. To begin with, it's a snake which is found in cities and villages, in roofs, in people's homes, on roads. You'll find it almost everywhere. Non-venomous again in nature and completely harmless. The checkered keelback, again another snake which anything and everything that happens in the snake world, it can be done by a cobra, it can be done by one of those Whitaker's boas, it can be done by a rat snake, or it can be done by even sometimes as different as a monitor lizard. This poor fellow gets blamed. Anything and everywhere. If you have a village tale to do, it will be this one. I call it the water baby because it's found mostly in water. It loves water. Checkered keelbacks are found in ponds, small lakes. They invariably bite if you hold them, but all snakes bite, so do not try holding them. That's how it looks. That's how the head thing is. It's found in Goa, of course. But there's basically a catch to it. Right now there are friends working on this snake. It probably would be divided into 7 different species. It won't be one snake. Probably in a month's time. Grown-ups like us, for children like these people, we try to complicate things about snakes all the time. So it will get into 7 different species. For right now, it's called a checkered keelback because it has these nice check-like patterns. A lot of times when snakes are crossing the road, the challenge is that people either want to go close to them, some people want to jump on them, I don't know what, some people want to prod them with sticks. There are things crossing the road and let them cross the road. In Goa, it happens a lot of times because there's fields on both the sides, and these used to be pathways. We've got about 3 species of pythons in the country, and we used to run a program called Living with Pythons. This one is one of them. The Indian rock python is what a bunch of us actually call the elephant among snakes. You can see it from a distance. It's very big. It requires a lot of space. It requires a lot of food. So, you can actually see it in areas, and one of the most important things that is needed for a snake like this in the state of Goa is of course good habitats, but more than that tolerance, right? One needs to tolerate larger snakes like this. Have you all seen wine snakes? Yes. Yeah. Again, earlier it used to be called something called a common wine snake. We've gone and again tried and figured on what to do with this one. It's now got 9 different species. The one that we get in Goa is something that, by the time you say Northern Western Ghats wine snake, the wine snake is gone. You are like, saying like, so we call it by its Latin name, Borealis is the Latin name. But yeah, this is one of our, I call this the Green Crusader. It's always a snake which is either showing its tongue out to you when you go out in the forest and it gives these nice pictures, or if you disturb it a little bit, it actually smiles. It's not supposed to be smiling like that, by the way. That's a stress thing. What happens is, wine snakes actually are snakes found at eye level. They are found across forests and urban habitats. You will find wine snakes in Panjim, in Pororim. You will get them in deeper habitats also. Mildly venomous snakes, they don't do anything to humans. A lot of misconceptions that, they'll poke people in the eye. I was, in fact, at some point of time giving this talk to somebody and, showing them a wine snake. I was standing, the wine snake was there. And I said, this snake does not do any of these things. Its head is really, very, very soft. If you do that to the head, it will get damaged. It doesn't do anything. And this dude, it was a male wine snake. This dude actually turns around and bites me in the head, yeah, in front of 15 people. And this bunch of people, just like how all of you are aptly listening, everybody was aptly listening, and they were like, what is going to happen to you? Because I have told them that this does not happen, and I am trying to get another friend to, please can you just pull it out delicately because it will get hurt. It comes out, and there's this lady, she said, now what will happen? And I tried to joke. I basically said, I've got only half an hour, we have to get back. And she fainted. So there was this wine snake in my head which was refusing to come out, and then we have a lady who's also not feeling well. It all ended well. Everybody had a good laugh. But the main thing is that snakes are unpredictable, just like any other wildlife. You need to know on what to do, not what to do. I think it was my mistake that I was trying to do this whole hand thing and all, and wine snakes have really good eyesight. They in fact have binocular vision. They are one of the few snakes that can see far, they can see close. They are very beautiful. If you see their eye has this Nike symbol. It's like this tick mark Nike symbol, which we try and click a lot of times. But yeah, they are very beautiful snakes. They are also very, very complex snakes in many ways. They decided snakes actually are oviparous, which means that they lay eggs, or snakes are viviparous, which means they can give birth to young ones. Some snakes like the wine snakes we are not going to get into this oviparous or viviparous. They decided that they are going to be ovoviviparous, which means they lay eggs, but they lay eggs inside their own body. Inside the body, the eggs will then hatch, young ones will come out, and they'll give birth to young ones. You can do that. It's a free country. All of us do different things. But yeah, which is what wine snakes do. They are mildly venomous. They also eat other snakes. Just like the king cobra is one of the few snakes which would eat other snakes at any given opportunity. They've eaten a whole bunch of other snakes. They do this, and they sometimes try and find out other snakes which are much bigger than them. So what they'll do is they'll bite the snake at the head. They've got venom, mildly venomous for smaller creatures, but they are not sure because this thing starts moving and all that. So they do this absolutely fascinating thing which is called jaw walking. So they'll bite here, and then they'll bite the entire snake from head to tail, and then they'll bite it back again and get back to the head, and then they'll wait, and then they'll start swallowing. Some individuals are really quite cool. They want to do this much before it's eaten. I actually saw this flying snake actually go inside the body. This wine snake gulps this flying snake down, goes inside the body. The flying snake is not even dead. It turns inside the body and comes out, and there's the head of the flying snake and the head of the wine snake over here. And then this wine snake is like, okay, come inside, I'm eating you. So it eats it, and then it ate it up. We've got some amazing snakes. There are snakes which are excruciatingly beautiful. This is one of them. And now I know when Rom says, why is somebody not naming like a beautiful snake after me and naming, something like the Whitaker's boa. I find both of them beautiful. But this has been named after another senior researcher and mentor from the Western Ghats, Nilim Kumar Khaire. It's called Khaire's shield tail. It's a snake which is found in the ground. It's an endemic species. In the Western Ghats, we actually have a bunch of, I think we are bordering about 40 plus endemic species now, which are snakes which are found only here. A few of them, of course, also in Sri Lanka, but non-venomous. This has got this really beautiful iridescence blue on it, and you can find it only in the monsoons. At any point of time, if you want to see this snake, forest walks, a bunch of people do these amazing hopping forest walks in a very conscious way. Please go with them, and yeah, if you're lucky, this is one snake that you will be able to find. This is the Russell's viper. It is an amazing, it is something that somebody never forgets. It's a very beautiful, I call it chain link. You know how we have chain link fences? You basically have that chain pattern, of course, but the chain link is basically something that when you see, you don't go across the chain link unless it is people like us who want to jump chain links and all. Just like in the same way with pit vipers, if you see a Russell's viper, you don't go very close to it. It is a snake that requires respect. It's also a venomous snake, which is essential in forests or places like ours. Keeps the rodent population down, and is what we call a medically important snake, which means that a bite from a snake like this requires medical attention. Saw-scaled viper, has anyone seen this? Yes. Nice. It's a venomous snake. Again, we've got two different, at this point we are calling it color variation, we are calling it color morphs, but the one with the eyes basically is a coastal morph, or the coastal Indian saw-scaled viper, which is found anywhere. It's basically found on plateaus, like the Sukur plateau is a close by place to go, on all our coastal plateaus. This one here, which is the high elevation one, which is the first one, is found in forest areas. In Goa, it is found above 70 meters and above in forest areas, and that a bunch of us think is a new species. So saw-scaled vipers, if you look at their description, they are actually dry habitat species. The high elevation one lives almost in water. There is a complete difference on what habitat it stays, on what it eats. More importantly, in the recent times, we actually sampled venom, and venom is different. Yeah, so then we know that it's different. Just at a bunch of, we'll actually have to sample about 100 individuals, which means catch 100 individuals, do a whole bunch of things. But someday, right now we have only one species over here in India called the Indian saw-scaled viper. The other one is the Sachurekis saw-scaled viper, which is found in Gujarat actually. Everyone basically knows cobras. Culturally they have been a symbol to us. They have been a symbol to us. Historically, if you see a cobra anywhere around the house and in your area, everyone knows that there are neighborhood cobras. People have given it respect. It's very difficult to, not like cobras. Binocular cobra, or the Indian cobra, also helps a lot in right from medical research to, of course, keeping the rodent population in check, and is like one of our flagship species for Indian snakes. Anyone anywhere speaks about Indian snake, the first thing that they'd ask is, of course, the cobra. Yeah. The Indian crate. It's a bit uncommon in Goa in many places. A lot of times you will find certain individuals. We just saw one individual a few weeks ago which was really big. But the Indian crate is a spectacular black color snake, venomous, medically important again. Found in forests, eats other snakes, found in cities and urban areas also. Can climb walls and things like that. Shy in nature, but at times it's got this habit of going and trying to get up and be a little cozy where people are sleeping, and then people turn in their sleep and they get bit. Yeah. So there's a lot of superstition around this, but this is a fact also. People do get bit. So the Indian crate is a snake of medical interest and is found in Goa. Yeah, I called it silent night. A lot of people call snakes by these different things. Pit vipers, we've got 3. I don't know, there's Parag here, that's why it's good. Everybody keeps talking about the Indian pitta and all. I call ours pit vipers pittas only. Yeah. Which was another reason to be a little wary of, sometimes trying to take a snake talk in a place where there are so many predator owl pictures and bird pictures and eagle pictures all around. They eat snakes, yeah. All of these things together. But yeah, we have 3 pit vipers in Goa. The Western Ghats has an amazing variety. Northeast is even more. Andamans is a crazy place. We've got a bunch of different pit vipers. We are crossing some 345, 350 species of snakes in the entire country. We are trying to do a checklist. Our June checklist is probably about that much. But we've got the hump-nosed pit viper, which is found over here in Goa. A type locality is place close by in Karnataka called Castle Rock. Then we of course have this really beautiful bamboo or green pit viper, which is very common across the Western Ghats. And then we have the Malabar pit viper, which is again split now into 3 species. But what we have here is the Malabar pit viper, which has got these fabulous colors. Right from yellow to purple and brown. It depends on proximity to water, what they eat, young ones, and larger individuals and things like that. These are venomous snakes, but they are snakes whose venom does not mean that it will actually kill a human being. We've got certain indications that the Malabar pit viper, which in fact just contributed a paper, we think that the Malabar pit viper is a snake of medical interest. Some large individuals whose bite can be fatal to humans, but the rest of the 2 are fine. So yeah, these are our 4 venomous snakes, the saw-scaled viper and the Russell's viper. There's the crate, and then there's the Indian cobra. One of the most important things that you do when you come across anyone with a snake bite, or you think that anybody could have been bitten by a snake, if there's even the slightest of doubt, the best thing to do is actually get medical help. Do not attempt first aid yourself if you're unsure. A lot of people try to be champions and try and do things themselves. Do not do it. It complicates the whole process. If you do not know your first aid anywhere, if you are in the forest, city, in a group trying to help, you might do it in good intent, but the best first aid for the state of Goa is to reach a hospital in the least amount of time. We've got some really good medical doctors across the state who can respond to any snake bite emergency, most importantly if people reach on time. And a lot of us advise that you go to either the North Goa District Hospital, the South Goa District Hospital, or GMC, one of these 3 places, because a lot of times it is just not the anti-venom that is important, it's also supplementary and additional support that you require, like ventilator systems and things like that, if it's a neurotoxic bite, which is like a cobra. So it's always better to go to these 3 hospitals, because otherwise you will go to a smaller PHC or a cottage hospital, and then they'll again send you to a larger hospital. So it's best to go to a larger hospital. It's very important to let the hospital know beforehand. We've realized that this makes a lot of difference because they are prepared. If you are asked for 108 for help, then you insist to the 108 paramedic staff to tell the hospital that this is a snake bite, and they will do that. It's very important. Do not take, try and attempt to take the snake along. Snakes don't like going to hospitals once, they're just not interested. They're bitten because they are frightened. Many times you will kill the snake. A dead snake basically is not a good snake to take to a hospital also. Many times when you have killed a snake and you are lifting it up, the venom is dripping, there's a whole lot of things that can happen. Venomous snakes like Russell's vipers, basically the venom rushes to the head. 3 hours after the snake is dead also it can bite you, the head can bite you, it's not brain dead. So don't mess up with dead snakes also. And this is something that we should spread the word around to a whole lot of people.
WWF इंडियाचे चीफ ऑपरेटिंग ऑफिसर श्री करण भल्ला हांचे कडेन आमी संवाद साधलो. सर, इट्स ग्रेट टू हॅव यू विथ अस फॉर दिस celebration of the World Snake Day here in Goa at the Goa State WWF India office. It's very important day for the nature conservationists, for ecologists and people, society in general. So your remarks on this important occasion for all of us.
Absolutely. I think Goa is a wonderful state, and nature is something which is endemic to most Goans. And on occasion, many people are obviously very scared of snakes and don't have enough information. WWF works across various facets of conservation, and I think it's important for us to involve, each one of us can play a part in conservation, and it's important for us to involve people from all societies, all walks of life. We've got a lot of students who were here this evening. We had a lot of citizens who are interested in conservation. So each one of us can play a part, and I think it was a wonderful event, and we're very happy to be associated with this. Thank you.
WWF India has a big role to play, as lot of efforts have to be put into awareness, because sustainability is nothing but coexistence, isn't it? So how is WWF India looking at organizing more events in the later this year and in the near future?
Well, we have a variety of programs where we engage with our citizens. In Goa, we have a partnership with the Education Department, where all the government schools, we provide vocational sort of training on environment to 400 odd schools. So that's one facet of the work we do. So it's engaging with people far and wide, and for us it's very important to engage the young citizens of tomorrow in terms of school children, and so that's something that we're doing in Goa and other states in the country too.
आमच्या बरोबर आसात फामाद हर्पटॉलॉजिस्ट, इकॉलॉजिस्ट आणि स्टोरी टेलर निर्मल बाब कुलकर्णी. निर्मल बाब, तुमचो हो टॉक जो जालो स्नेक टेल्स ऑफ गोवा खूब एनग्रॉसिंग आशिल्लो, आनी सदां भशेन तुमच्यो गजाली म्हणजे वेळ कसो वता कांयच कळना. पूण खूब म्हत्वाचें म्हळ्यार ज्या दिसा अशे दीस आमी डेडिकेट करता फॉर अ कॉज, वर्ल्ड स्नेक डे, म्हणजे त्या दिसा आमकां अवेरनेस आनी नॉलेज ही आमच्या लोकां मदीं पातळावपाक तुमी जे यत्न करता ते तांच्या भितरलो भंय काडपाक, मिसकन्सेप्शन काडपाक सगळ्यांत म्हत्वाचें कितें भायर लोकांक मॅसेज केल्ली जाय, कितें इम्प्लिमेंट जाल्लें जाय?
सो गोवा हो एक असो आमचो स्टेट आसा जेतून लोकांक जिवाण्यां बद्दल नाल्यार सरपटणाऱ्या प्राण्यांं बद्दल ऑलरेडी खूब म्हायती आसा. अशें ना की म्हाज्या कामा निमित्तान वेगळ्या स्टेट्सान वचून स्नेक्सां वांगडा काम करपाचें म्हाका योग मेळटा, आनी दर फावटी हांव त्या स्टेट्सान त्या लोकांक सांगता. आणकी गोंयांतले लोक जे आसात तेंचो स्नेक्सां बद्दल नाजाल्यार बाकीच्या सगळ्या रेप्टायल्सां बद्दल टॉलरन्स लेवल जो आसा तो खूब हाय आसा. म्हणजे आमी कोएक्झिस्टन्स म्हणटात ते खऱ्या रितीन जे गोंयान आसात. सादें पळोवंक गेल्यार दिवड नाल्यार दामण नाल्यार आमच्या जाग्याचो नाग आमी म्हणटा, हार आसता जो अजगर जेका इंडियन रॉक पायथन म्हणटा, हेवाळी आसता, वाड्यार आसता. दर फावटी आमी लोकां कडेन चड शिकता की ह्या जनावरां वांगडा कशें रावप, पयलीं कशें रावताले, कशें रावप. म्हणी आसात खुबश्यो, म्हणजे एक सुंदर म्हण आसा की दिवड जर आपल्या नळ्यांच्या घरान जर वयर रावत जाल्यार सोन्याचे नळ लागतात म्हणून. अश्यो सुंदर म्हणी आसा आनी खूब हें आसा. हें कित्याक आसता, कित्याक जर दामण नाल्यार दिवड जर आमच्या वयल्या नळ्यान रावत जाल्यार ते थंयसरले उंदीर खाता, आनी जर उंदीर खावप आमचें खूब नुकसान करता. आनी ह्यो इंटर लिंकेजीस ज्या आदल्या आमच्या जाणट्यांनी आमकां सांगून गेला, आनी त्यो लिंकेजीस आतां सुद्दां तितक्योच इम्पॉर्टंट आसात. सो गोवन्स हॅव ऑलवेज हॅड अ टॉलरन्स फॉर स्नेक्स एंड रेप्टायल्स.
म्हज्या बरोबर आतां आसा सत्यांश आनी जॉयल, हे जे जावन आसात इंटर्न्स WWF इंडियाच्या गोवा स्टेट ऑफिसाचे, आनी ते स्नेक अवेरनेसाचेर काम करतात. दोगूय स्टुडंट्स आसा गोवा युनिवर्सिटीचे. सत्यांश, फर्स्ट टू यू, हाव हॅज द जर्नी बीन बीइंग द इंटर्न्स and doing the snake awareness on the snakes and everything here with the Goa state office of the WWF India?
It is really nice because again Nirmal sir, as we say, he's a snake man of Goa, and I really love snakes, and talking about them, raising awareness, telling people that they are not that harmful and we should maintain our distance, then they will do nothing to us, and it just feels so good to raise awareness about these creepy crawlies.
Joel, how has the experience been so far?
Yes, so it's a new experience for me because from my childhood I've always been scared of snakes, and so learning more about snakes and spreading awareness that they are not what they are assumed to be. They are not what you say that here to kill us or be behind us or anything of that sort. Rather they are what you say that friends in our neighborhoods that are making sure to control the rat populations or various other say frogs, etc. So they are very important for us, and this opportunity with WWF to be an intern and be able to give these talks is something amazing. And again, Nirmal sir is so good in what he does, and he makes sure that we understand each and everything at a very easy level.
We have with us a group of students from St. Michael's School from Taligaon, and they were part of this talk. They attended this talk by Nirmal Kulkarni, and let me know how much they enjoyed this talk. So, Shaurya,
Yes, sir.
how did you find the talk? What was the
It was very exciting. It enabled my curiosity, and I got very happy. I never thought so that there are so kinds of snakes, and sir even answered our questions, and it was very nice.
So I was really glad to learn about snakes, and I have seen snakes, but when I was small, like 6, 7 years old, I was really scared with snakes. But now I will be friend with them, but then also I will not go near them because I'll scared. So, but I'm glad to learn about snakes. This much snakes about their behavior and all, and really they are good. I know, and I came to know now because snakes they are also one kind of life, and we are also one kind of life. Then let them live their life, and we live our life.
So, you all agree that snakes are important?
Yes.
Yeah, because they eat some
Insects.
insects in fields as they're very good best friend of farmers.
They are part of our nature, so we can't kill them.
And
Okay.
now we are also part of nature.
Yes, of course. So, tell me about the eco club that your school runs, and what are the activities you all undertake?
So we have a lot of activities in Eco Club. Like since like we are the part of Eco Club, so we have like a lot of activities. And since actually this one was our second activity. First activity was we all went to field. And we learn something very new, like about rice, how farmers like grow rice and all. And this was a second activity, and it was actually very good, and I enjoyed very well. And actually I used to scared, of course everyone scared of snakes, so I used to think, no, snake is not good, they are not our friends. But now I learned, as a like sir told us, that snake has like very varieties, so some snakes are really friendly, so I got to know much more. Thank you.